Before you embark on this part of the testimony delivered from the powers of darkness, be sure to look up the previous parts to understand fully the powerful journey. The society in Delhi sent me a second letter inviting me to India. It demanded that I eat excreta rotten rats and have sexual intercourse with spirits in a cemetery at night. After fulfilling these, I was bound never to have sexual relations with any woman on earth. I replied saying I had no visa and did not know how to get to India. By then, I had begun a business as a serious smuggler. Thanks to the powers behind me, I had no trouble with customs. One day I locked my flat and went out. Returning, I found a man sitting in my parlor. Fearful, I asked who he was. He told me he was sent to communicate with me. I sat ready for instructions, and suddenly he touched me, and we vanished. I found myself in a large conference hall in Delhi with a waiting congregation. Files with my name were brought, and I signed beside it. Human flesh and blood were served. A headless man poured the blood and flesh into jugs, and everyone drank and ate. The meeting ended. The initiations in India. Testing began. I was sent to a valley 200 meters deep, filled with dangerous reptiles and wild beasts. I was not to cry out. Failure meant death. After 7 days, I was taken to the India jungle where demonic birds with animal faces flew. A cave guarded by these birds opened for me. Inside were terrible creatures. Some looked human but had tails or lacked faces. The torture there was like a semi-hell. After 7 days, I was brought out. I was then sent to a large library filled with mystical books. I studied too.
Well, if you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe.
Abyssinia meaning destruction, and Asina meaning life or healing. Later, I was instructed to build a chamber in Nigeria containing a native water pot filled with human blood, a living tree, a human skull, vulture feathers, wild animal skins, boa skin, and a shiny laterite stone. The blood was to be taken every morning with incantations. I was also told never to eat food cooked by humans, but that I would be fed supernaturally. I returned to Nigeria the same way and fulfilled these instructions. Back home in Nigeria, now part of the spirit world, I could travel at will. According to the books, spirit beings live in space. I decided to seek more power and called the whirlwind, disappearing to space for 2 weeks. Upon return, I had acquired new powers but still craved more. I ventured into the underworld to test the book's claims. A hidden place in the bush opened to me after the darkness was total, reminiscent of Egypt's plagues. I saw chained people working day and night to supply money to captors. Some elite society members came for sacrifices and returned with gifts from controlling spirits. I saw some church leaders seeking power to command unquestioned authority. I stayed 2 weeks and returned empowered. People saw me as young and innocent but did not know I was dangerous. Many like me exist, but only those in Christ Jesus are truly safe. Covenant with the Queen of the Coast. One evening near a Butte Meta bus stop, I noticed a young, beautiful lady standing alone. She did not speak when I introduced myself. After several encounters, she told me she would visit me. A week later, she knocked on my door. Her visits became regular but without any relationship. She came at precise times and accompanied me to places like Lagos, Spa Beach and hotels but never revealed her name. I had been instructed never to touch a woman. Suddenly her visits changed 2 nights. One night she said, "Now it is time for you to visit me." We stayed together overnight and the next morning boarded a bus to the beach. She tied us together with a belt and pushed us into the sea. We flew over the water to the ocean and sank to the seabed. To my surprise, I saw an expressway in a busy city of young people. She introduced me to them, and I was welcomed. We toured places called the dark room, drying room, and packing room, then to a private mansion. She told me, "I am the Queen of the Coast and want to work with you. I will give you wealth, protection, life, and an angel to guide you." She pressed a button and a tray of human flesh appeared. We ate together. She commanded a boa to appear and told me to swallow it. I resisted, but she used her power to force me. These 3 covenants, human flesh and blood, the boa, and the demonic angel, ensured secrecy and obedience. The angel disciplined me if I strayed and brought me food from the sea when on earth. I promised to obey her. She then took me to an island where trees had special powers: poisoning, killing, invoking, and healing. She gave me the power to transform into sea animals like hippopotamus, boa constrictor, and crocodile before vanishing. I stayed in the sea for a week and returned to the world, sometimes as a crocodile. I stayed in Lagos a week and returned to the sea for 2 months. There I visited scientific laboratories where psychiatrists and scientists worked seriously. They designed beautiful things like flashy cars, the latest weapons, and studied the mysteries of the world. If it were possible to know the world's foundation, they could, but only God knows. I saw samples of cloth, perfumes, and cosmetics designed by Lucifer to distract men from God. There were electronics, computers, and alarms. There was also a TV screen showing who were truly born-again Christians, differentiating churchgoers from real believers. From the laboratories, I moved to the dark room, where victims were drained of blood and sent to a machine room to be ground into powder. The dust was bagged for native doctors to use in charms. Many things I saw were hard to describe. Despite all my powers, I was not yet qualified to meet Lucifer, but was a mere agent. I was satisfied with the powers I had and believed I could challenge and destroy at will. Yet I wondered if any greater power existed. If you are loving this video, please hit both that subscribe and like button to help this message to spread far and wide. Thank you for supporting Wake Up Channel. God bless you.